Palestine will be free. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Here we all are again then.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
Is it in focus?
From the river to the sea. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Josh, a sunny interval.
While you're shopping, bombs are dropping. While you're shopping, bombs are dropping. Ceasefire now.
While you're shopping, bombs are dropping. While you're shopping,
Bombs are dropping. Bombs are dropping. Bombs are dropping. They're dropping.
You shouldn't come on Israel. No wonder you're gone. Zionist arseholes.
Oh, it's most thoughtful, thank you.
while you're shopping, bombs are dropping.
Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine.
End detention, end the crime.
End detention, end the crime.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Justice! Now! Justice! Now!
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it, and if we don't get it, and if we don't get it.
come on, guys, come on. Let's continue the chant. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. 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 Ceasefire
Do you want to come up here?
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. 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 Ceasefire now.
Thank you very much, Nottingham. Make some noise! Thank you all for coming out. Can I just request all the speakers to make their way to the front here?
Oh, it's buggered off again, that's good.
I'll touch you now while we're building ground, trying to get the sound system working, but I hope you can all hear me all right. We're here today, and we keep on gathering, and we will keep on marching until we see the liberation of Palestine. Yesterday, Rishi Sunak and his mate Keir Starmer had tried to intimidate us. They tried to strike
Bogeyman.
hard. But you cannot silence us. You cannot silence the thousands of voices raising their voice for the liberation of Palestine. If there is anyone who should be feeling fear right now, it is not us. It is not the people of justice. The people who should be feeling fear are Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer. The people who should be feeling fear are the genocide enabling MPs who cannot go for a ceasefire. The people who should be feeling fear right now are those in the corridors of power who are going to be disgraced in the books of history for allowing the genocide to happen. The leadership of the Labour Party and the leadership of the Conservative Party, you will not silence us. You will not silence us. 4.5 months later, since Israel began its current phase in its ongoing genocide against the Palestinian people, we have continued to march. Nothing has stopped us. No pathetic speech in front of Downing Street will be able to stop us. We will be louder, we will march, and we will shout louder until we see the liberation of Palestine. We will continue to send our message of peace, and we will march together, people of all faith and non-Muslims, Christians, Jews, atheists, will provide a united front in front of our government, because the people united will never be defeated. 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 Next Saturday we're going to march in London. We had 800,000 people on our largest march. I'm sure we can make it bigger. So start organising your transport. Look at your local mosques, PSC, any other organisation. Get yourself booked on the coaches. And make sure you make your voice down there. Every single protest, every single demonstration that will happen in Nottingham, let's make it bigger than what we've ever seen before. Let's fill up the market square and let's shut down Nottingham.
Solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Palestine. I just want to say a few things about democracy, since that's been put on the agenda by Rishi Sunak. We won't take any lessons. Closer? Yeah, okay. Okay, we won't take any lessons from Rishi Sunak and his friends on what democracy looks like, because to me, this is what democracy looks like. This is us saying what needs to be said. This is us standing up against genocide. This is us saying ceasefire now. And I don't think an unelected member of the most wealthy elite that I can imagine has any idea what it's like to see democracy in action. And it is up to us to show people that when we say we stand with our Palestinian brothers and sisters, that this is what it means, that we are here, we are present, we are raising our voices. That is all they have ever asked us to do. They have never asked us to create havoc and all the rest of it. They have asked us to make sure the world knows what it is like to be a Palestinian. So that, I think, is absolutely our job. When they talk about the mob rule, I think of all of the people who will be suffering from the cuts that come from government through our local councillors. When I think of mob rule, I think of the disenfranchisement of our young people from having real discussions about what's happening in their world, access to real resources in their classrooms. And I think of how we put up with that mob rule and how we should no longer put up with it. Because fighting for ourselves is fighting for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. It is recognising the terror that they have lived under. It is recognising the mob rule that they have lived under since the Nakba.
We are all Palestinian.
So I think that we need to keep up the democracy that we are fighting for. That is the one point I think I do agree with Rishi Sunak on. This is a fight over democracy. It's a fight over whether or not they tell us that we can speak even, that we can walk our own streets even, that we can choose who our brothers and sisters are. For me, we continue to fight for that democracy. We fight for the democracy which will bring about a ceasefire, because we cannot rely on that mob rule to bring about justice in Palestine. Free Palestine! Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sheena.
I will try and speak louder. We all know why we are here, and we keep coming on and we keep protesting. We continue to protest while there's a genocide being waged against the people of Gaza, who are starving, literally dying of hunger and disease. But our political leaders, both Tory and Labour, are not listening. And instead, they prefer to insult us and try to divide us and divide the country, when they should be uniting and standing with us. Polls show that most of the country want a permanent
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
We condemn the irresponsible comments of Rishi Sunak seeking to demonise those who call for a ceasefire. Rather than stopping a genocide, he prefers to limit our rights to protest, while he carries on providing UK weapons to kill and disable yet more Palestinian children.
Shame on him!
Every week we see even more horrors on our screens. The absolute tragedy of starving people being fired on by tanks, drones and planes as they desperately try to get food for their families. And the perpetrators of this slaughter issuing one lie after another, trying to blame the victims themselves. Even the BBC reports that 80%, over 130 victims brought into one hospital, were suffering gunshot and shrapnel wounds. They verified that the video the Israelis released around the aircraft was in fact 4 separate clips put together. Our politicians are seeing the same horrific scenes as we are. So why are we witnessing such disgraceful scenes in Parliament, where pressure was put on the Speaker to cast aside procedure so an actual ceasefire motion could not be moved? But this is the same Speaker who's been pictured in Israel in January of this year with the Israeli ambassador to the UK on an expenses-paid trip with Labour Friends of Israel. Is he neutral? No! We are right to be angry. Our marches, both local here and in London in their hundreds of thousands, have been peaceful and orderly, with very, very few arrests, as reported by the Met themselves. There have been no attacks on politicians by pro-Palestine protesters. These attacks on us are attacks on democracy itself, not a defense of it. We will not allow Palestinian voices to be silenced. We will continue to march for ceasefire, for the genocide to end, for the UK to stop selling arms to Israel that are used on Palestinians, and for the UK to end its complicity with war crimes, with oppression and genocide of the Palestinian people. We know why we are here and why we are protesting. Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Our next speaker is from the Bridgeford Muslim Action Group.